The shadowed city of Lumina, in the heart of the shimmering realm of Aethelgard, nestled amidst towering crystal spires and whispering willow forests, lay the city of Lumina. Once a beacon of light and prosperity, Lumina now languished under the oppressive rule of the Shadow Syndicate, a cabal of sorcerers who had plunged the city into perpetual darkness. Amidst this despair, a glimmer of hope flickered. Aela, a young woman whose eyes had been stolen by the Syndicate, possessed a unique gift, an extraordinary ability to perceive the world through heightened senses. Guided by her loyal companion, a majestic snow owl named Zephyr, Aela navigated the labyrinthine streets of Lumina, her footsteps echoing with a quiet determination. One night, as the city slumbered under the suffocating shroud of darkness, Aela received a cryptic message from a hidden rebel group known as the Luminary Resistance. They spoke of a powerful artifact, the Sunstone, capable of dispelling the Syndicate's darkness and restoring Lumina's lost radiance. With Zephyr as her eyes, Aela embarked on a perilous journey, traversing treacherous terrains and evading the Syndicate's watchful sentinels. Her path led her to the Whispering Caves, a labyrinth of echoing chambers guarded by monstrous creatures. Using her heightened senses, Aela outsmarted the beasts, her movements as fluid as the shadows that danced around her. Deep within the caves, she discovered the Sunstone, its warm glow pulsating with a life-affirming energy. As she held the artifact, a surge of power coursed through her veins, her senses amplifying tenfold. She could feel the very heartbeat of Lumina, the collective yearning of its people for liberation. Returning to the city, Aela faced the Syndicate's leader, a formidable sorceress named Nyx, in a climactic battle. Nyx unleashed waves of dark magic, but Aela, guided by Zephyr's aerial maneuvers and her own heightened senses, dodged and weaved through the onslaught. With a final, decisive strike, Aela channeled the Sunstone's energy, releasing a blinding surge of light that shattered Nyx's darkness, freeing Lumina from its oppressive grip. The city erupted in cheers as the citizens witnessed the return of their beloved radiance. Aela, the blind heroine, had become the savior of Lumina, her name etched in the annals of Aethelgard as a symbol of hope and resilience. And as the city basked in the warmth of the restored light, Aela stood tall, her heart filled with the quiet satisfaction of a hero who had overcome darkness with the power of inner vision.
Blade Siren, the Shadow Huntress. In the heart of Neon City, where corruption festers in the dark, she moves like a ghost, silent, swift, deadly. They call her Blade Siren, a woman of unmatched beauty and lethal grace. Her emerald eyes gleam under the neon lights, and her raven-black hair flows like a shadow behind her. In her hands, twin swords, impossibly sharp, whisper through the air. When she moves, it's like a dance, fluid, mesmerizing, hypnotic. Tonight, the Syndicate has made a mistake. They've taken an innocent girl, thinking no one would come for her. But Blade Siren is already here. She steps into their den, and the room stills. The men laugh, until the first one falls, clutching his throat. In a blur, she's among them. Swords flash, cries echo. One by one, they drop, their arrogance vanishing with their last breath. The last man standing trembles as she places a blade under his chin. "Tell your boss," she whispers, her voice silk and steel. "Neon City belongs to me now." And then, she's gone, vanishing into the night, a legend in the making. In a realm where magic flowed like rivers of light, there was a warrior unlike any other, Lady Nyx, the blind sorceress with unmatched beauty and unmatched strength. Her long, midnight black hair cascaded down her back, shimmering with the same ethereal glow that surrounded her two enchanted swords. These blades, known as the Twins of Eclipse, were forged in the heart of a dying star and possessed powers beyond comprehension. The moment they touched her hands, they vibrated with life, responding to her every thought, every emotion. Though blind, Nyx could see the world with her senses sharpened to perfection. She could hear the whispers of the wind, feel the tremors in the earth, and sense the faintest heartbeat of her enemies. Her beauty, a mere illusion to most, was the least of her powers. Her true strength lay in the sword she wielded and in her unwavering courage. One fateful day, a dark army marched toward her kingdom, led by a warlord who sought to enslave the people. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Lady Nyx stood atop the castle's highest tower, her swords glowing with an otherworldly light. The army advanced, their footsteps heavy with the weight of doom. But Nyx stood unwavering, her blades raised in a silent promise of battle. With a single thought, the swords flew from her hands, swirling around her in a dance of light and death. Her enemies, who once believed her blindness to be her weakness, now realized it was their downfall. Nyx moved like the wind, her swords cutting through the air in arcs of silver fire. Each strike was a symphony of power, precision, and grace. No one could touch her. Her enemies fell before her, vanishing into dust as her blades continued their relentless path. By the time the battle was over, the ground was littered with the remnants of darkness. Nyx stood amidst the fallen, her swords resting by her side, glowing softly under the moonlight. The land was safe once more, not because of sight, but because of the untamed force within her, unseen, yet unstoppable. And so, the legend of Lady Nyx, the blind swordswoman, lived on, whispered in awe and fear across the kingdom. The Blind Avenger. Kayla had once been a fierce warrior, her eyes sharp as she defended her land. But her life shattered the day she was betrayed, viciously assaulted, and left blind. Her attackers thought they had broken her, but they were wrong. She found strength in her blindness, a new sight through magic that no longer relied on her eyes. From the depths of her pain, Kayla forged two magical swords. Crafted from the essence of stars, they glowed with a vengeance that burned brighter than the sun. These were no ordinary blades. They hummed with the power of her rage and the strength of her will. Now, standing before the men who had destroyed her life, Kayla moved like a shadow. The battlefield trembled with each step, her swords cutting through the air with deadly precision. She fought not just for herself, but for every soul her enemies had crushed. With each strike, they fell. The warriors who had once thought themselves untouchable now screamed in terror, helpless against her fury. Kayla's enemies could not see what she had become, an unstoppable force, a vengeance that couldn't be quenched. When the last man lay at her feet, Kayla stood alone, her blades slick with blood. The world had taken so much, but she had reclaimed it all, and in the silence, she smiled.
The Scars of Seraphina. In the ethereal realm of Aethelgard, where celestial beings and mortal souls intertwined, lived Seraphina, a young woman of extraordinary beauty and grace. Her eyes, once pools of shimmering starlight, were now veiled in darkness, the cruel legacy of a heinous act. Seraphina was once a revered oracle, her visions guiding the realm towards harmony. But her power drew the attention of the Shadow Syndicate, a cabal of malevolent sorcerers who sought to corrupt Aethelgard with their dark magic. They invaded her sanctuary, violated her sacred space, and stole her sight, leaving her broken and vulnerable. Yet, from the depths of her despair, a fierce determination ignited within Seraphina. She vowed to avenge the atrocities committed against her and liberate Aethelgard from the Syndicate's grasp. Guided by her unwavering spirit and the whispers of her ancestors, she embarked on a perilous journey, honing her remaining senses to an extraordinary degree. She learned to perceive the world through the echoes of sound, the subtle vibrations of the earth, and the ethereal currents of magic. Her blindness became her strength, allowing her to see beyond the veil of the physical realm. Seraphina's path led her to the forgotten sanctuaries of ancient guardians, where she learned the art of celestial combat, wielding starlight as her weapon. She forged alliances with mythical creatures, their loyalty bound to her unwavering resolve. The final confrontation took place in the Obsidian Citadel, the heart of the Syndicate's power. Seraphina faced their leader, a sorcerer named Malachi, whose dark magic twisted the very fabric of reality. In a battle that shook the foundations of Aethelgard, Seraphina unleashed the full extent of her celestial powers. She moved with the grace of a celestial dancer, her starlight blades slicing through Malachi's dark magic. With a final, resounding blow, Seraphina shattered Malachi's defenses, his dark magic dissipating like smoke in the wind. Aethelgard was freed from the Syndicate's tyranny, and Seraphina, the Blind Avenger, became a symbol of resilience and retribution. Her story echoed through the realms, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a woman who transformed her scars into a source of unwavering strength.